Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? When Paul wrote that text, he was talking about the issues that were happening around his time. But this morning I want to speak to somebody on issues that pertain to you, issues that are affecting you and I today. What then shall we say to these things? What things, you may ask? We are living in a world where geopolitically there is upheaval. There is discord, nation against nation. We are seeing this playing out. Superpowers claiming their superiority. Economically, we are hearing of cost of living, immigration and migration crisis. On health platforms, we've heard of the unfortunate withdrawal from the WHO by the United States. That is going to affect many people. We've heard of wars in Africa, Mozambique, DRC. Challenges are happening on a macro level. But let me come close to home. Challenges are happening in your life. The cost of living is indeed being felt in your home. Some of us, we are now struggling to put food on our tables. To even afford the basics, we are struggling. Health, we are struggling. Relationally, it's a challenge in some of our homes. We are struggling with some interpersonal issues in our workplaces, or maybe securing the job in the first place. Paul says, what then shall we say about these things? He goes on to say, if God is for us, who can be against us? And Paul is simply questioning as well as encouraging. He is saying, if God is in our corner, my friends, if God is playing on our team, if God is indeed found in our churches, if God is found in our homes, if God is found in our hearts, and if we abide in God, then truly what indeed can be against us? Paul is simply saying, you know what? There cannot be anything that can be against you for as long as you make God your stay. For as long as you seek your residence in God. For as long as you stay connected to God, then there cannot be anything against you. Here is the challenge in our day today. Some of us, we are trying to resolve all this in our own power. Some of us, instead of depending on God, we are depending on the powers that be. We are going to seek refuge in places where we are not finding security at all. My friend, I just want to appeal to you today. Understand, if you are a God's child, that if God indeed is in your team, you have nothing, nothing to fear. Because when God is for us, there cannot be anything that can be against us. Even when you're struggling with sin, if you allow God to be in your team, that nothing will draw you away from God. Nothing will be able to beat you down. Nothing will be able to overwhelm you. In fact, in the book of 1 John chapter 5, John says, faith is our victory. Faith is our victory. We will be able to overcome the world. Whatsoever they may throw at us, we will not have anything to fear, simply because God is on our side. This morning I appeal to you, put God on your side. As you leave your home, have God in your team. If God Elohim, God El Shaddai, if God Elroy is in your corner, my friends, then what can be against you? Nothing can be against you. No man can be against you. Why? Because you are untouchable. God's children are untouchable. In one place he said, whoever touches my children is playing with the apple of my eye. And my friends, no one wants to touch the apple of God's eye. So today, my friend, whatever you choose to do, continue to step in faith. Continue to go to God and tell him, God, what then shall we do about these things? And he will provide the answer. God bless you.